difficult questions. If you're going to ask questions such as you're in love with somebody and you're asking, is this the love of my life? It's going to say yes. If it said no, it would hurt you. And you wouldn't even listen to it anyway. You'd still do it anyway. It's called free will. And that's called following your own path and your journey. Because it's a feeling that you feel strongly, that you feel that you need to do or go. Do you see what I mean? How the pendulum sometimes can't always work? I want to be honest about the pendulum. Everything I do, I want it to be authentic. And I've noticed this through the years, myself asking questions. Give an example. Years ago, my daughter was depressed. And I kept asking, is she going to get better? Is she going to get better? And I kept, yes, yes, yes. But she wasn't getting better really quickly. And I was going, is she getting better? Is she getting better? But no, it wasn't happening. I kept saying, yes, yes, yes. Is it going to take like 6 months? Yes. But then it was 9 months. And I'm thinking, it's not telling me the truth. What's going on? So that's where it can be frustrated, because in that time frame where my daughter was going through depression, obviously this was a lesson to me too, because I'm having a relationship with her. And through that, my own thinking, my own turmoil, my emotional turmoil is going on. All of that is what makes you grow. I had to learn to let go of fears around her, because I would think, oh my God, she could be suicidal. Oh my God, she could, you have those fears. I totally get it. But the pendulum, I was always going to try to reassure you, because your heart doesn't want you having the worst, darkest thoughts that you can have when you're already in a difficult situation. You get what I mean? So the pendulum is for those small little things or those indecisive things, but not for bigger questions such as these, okay? Because those are lessons and there's growth in this. Any dynamic that's happening in you through your thinking and your emotion, and you're really you don't know what to do, and you want this, you don't want that, all of that creates who you become. And eventually when you make the decision, that creates a path. That's the journey. You can ask, well, this particular decision serves my highest benefit, but if you really want it, you're influencing. But if you're really neutral, you can get maybe insight through the pendulum. It can give you maybe more stability in your decision that you're not sure about, but you can't interfere with that. Like I kept asking, if I keep giving her the right help, if she keeps doing this therapy or yoga or whatever I was asking around that question, it would say yes. So I felt encouraged to continue the healing, open up discussion, you know what I mean? To really keep the process of healing going, asking, is this a good idea? Yes. And at some point, she got out of it. Okay? Took over a year, but she got out of it. So this is what I mean, big life decisions. Now, love life is the same thing. If you're wanting to divorce and you're thinking you should divorce, but you're not really feeling it because you're afraid, then it's not going to say yes or no divorce because you're too afraid. You should ask, do I have fears regarding divorce? Yes. Should I resolve this particular fear, such as maybe financial, or will it hurt the children? Is that a fear in me? Yes. Those things. So you identify the fears in you so that you can start working on those thoughts. Why am I in fear of financial stuff? What can I do maybe to empower myself, such as maybe taking lessons, different job, going back to school, asking a loan, you know what I mean? Then you get into the doing of things. You get into the journey, into becoming who you want to become. Those kinds of questions you can ask. Not the ones that are like life-changing or big decision-making. It's more subtle around it. If you have sickness in your family and death, will this person die? Please, not before this time. That you can't predict death. No one can. Death is something that the individual decides, okay? It's a time frame within the subconscious and the soul. It's a decision between them and their soul. So there's no way you can find it. You can ask, are they that sick that they may die? Yes or no. That you can be. Is it more than 70% the possibility that they may not survive? It could say yes or no. but still they could in that 25% because you can never know. And if you're really wanting that person to survive, you have that emotional feeling you want it, it's going to influence the pendulum, okay? So you can say, are there things I can do in the meantime? So should I speak more to this individual before they die? Yes. Should I resolve certain issues in myself with this individual before they die? That you can ask around your journey about it, but not a specific particular answer. You know what I mean? You'll never know that because everyone is unique. You are unique. Your soul and you are in a partnership that you may not even realize yet, but you are. And that's why I'm encouraging the connection. So when you become more aware of that connection and you have, at some point, you create that dialogue with that heart and that connection with your soul or higher self, whatever you want to call it, God, I don't mind what you call it. That dialogue guides you through decision making, through feelings and intuition. And then the pendulum helps you just sort of get the extra when you're not sure in that insecurity, because this place is hard. It's not obvious finding your way. And I use it not often, especially in the beginning I did a lot, especially when I was afraid of ghosts and I was working with energies and regression therapy. That was intimidating, but the more you do it, the more you become confident because you're trusting yourself. You're feeling what's around you. It's just, don't see it as too spooky, because if it's too spooky, you won't get any further. You know, you can even ask, is this too fearful for me? Should I do this? People are afraid these energies are going to jump in them. That's all belief systems. You are your own boss. You can say things don't have permission, that you decide what happens in your field. A lot of us don't know that. And I didn't. I certainly didn't. So that's why I'm on this journey with you guys to, share what I've learned on my way. If you have questions, comments, please write them down. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Just take care.